15 minutes trying to mess with this live. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get used to this live thing, but we try. So I did find out, y'all, when it keep on saying these upcoming, like when y'all go on my page and they keep saying I'm upcoming, like I'm gonna come on the video, and it's not on there or whatever. That's because like what it do? It whenever I start getting out and I try to walk around or something, then it loses connection. And so when it loses connection, what it does, it'll tell y'all that it's up and coming. And then I had to go in there and take them out. But why am I having so much trouble trying to walk around the neighborhood? I don't know. But I have a lot of trouble. It lose connection. Hell, people that record in the clubs going live, they phone don't lose no connection. I got to figure out what the deal is. Hell, I might not ever be able to get this live down. I'm gonna keep on at it. But so y'all know I love music, right? And so I was thinking about my favorite group, High Five, right? La la, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, so at the time I was living in Ohio when I heard the lead singer had passed away, and that really did, strike a nerve or whatever. So I was you, on the radio station. That's where I heard it from. And if I'm not mistaken, see, it was two. I'm gonna make another video with the real, or we'll do a research in the lab with the real reason of how he died, the lead singer of the group. Because at first I thought I heard the radio station or somebody say that he was addicted to is that antifreeze or freon? Freon in the air cooling system units, and said that he was in the apartment complex building going from apartment to apartment, and he was, inhaling. Ooh, a rabbit. He's supposed to have been inhaling. I love wild hair rabbits. I could never catch them when I was a kid. He was they claimed he was going from apartment to apartment getting up under people AC units, and that he was supposed to have been sniffing Freon or whatever. I don't know if that's true, because I think later on, after a couple of years passed, I still was wondering what happened to him, and so I had went on there, and I think they said that he had died of something else or whatever. So I'm gonna go back and make a real video about that and find out exactly what had happened to him. But then there was some more stuff had happened to him. Well, not like the other singer in the group. I think his name was Russell Neal. And Russell Neal, he had killed his baby mama. His career, when High Five had, crashed or whatever, he had met this model that was on her way up, and she was about to sign a contract. And so he was telling her, that he wanted to be with her and he loved her or whatever, whatever. And he was basically using her for money, and hanging on to her and using her and driving her cars and stuff. And the family didn't like him from the get go. And what the sister said, that his eyes was real, real dark, and you could tell he was a dark soul. And they were saying that she kept on trying to cover up for him. Whenever he would beat on her, the other member of High Five, she would put on makeup when she come around the family or whatever and try to cover up. But they said they could see the prints and they could tell that he was beating on her. And it kept on going, and she kept trying to leave him or whatever, but he would always talk her back into coming back. But then it got serious. He did something else, and she went ahead and left him for good or whatever. And when she decided to leave him for good, that's when he killed her. Um, he had shot her multiple times, and then he called the police or whatever and told the police um, that she was gonna need medical attention. I think this is the one that he let her had bled out, because I had watched it. I watched a couple of true crime movies or whatever. And he was dark. You know, they said that after his career had flopped or whatever, or High Five, you know, wasn't in the big demand anymore. I guess he wasn't able to get any shows or anything. He wasn't able to get back on top of that high mountain. And he saw her finna get a contract, and she was on her way up, and she was like a she did modeling. She also it was some other stuff that she was doing. I don't want to get all these stories mixed up because I'll be watching two and three of them back to back. And they had two sons together. And basically, when she got ready to leave him, in a nutshell, you know, that threatened his money because he was living off of her, and she was taking care of everything and stuff. And when she got ready to leave him, she finally had put her kids in like a private school and, you know, finna go on. And that's when he killed her. This Russell Nelson, the one that was part of High Five. But then y'all, listen to this. He got a baby brother, right? And the baby brother was kind of bigger than he was. And the baby brother, they said I think they was from Texas. The baby brother was running around acting all cocky and stuff because his brother was in the group of High Five or whatever. And so he met a woman, and they started dating and getting a family and getting everything going and everything. And then it was the same ordeal. He started, the baby brother, he started beating on, he did it first. He beat on his wife. And the first time he was already beating on her, already beating on her, already beating on her. And then when he went ahead and made it, I hear something from the wildlife. What the hell is that? Don't come over here, Mr. Deer or Mr. Possum or Mr. Gopher. Oh, I'm scared. So he was already beating on her and beating on her. And, you know, she had decided that that was enough and she was going to leave him. And when she got ready to leave him, he beat her and then he sprayed some disinfectant in her eyes. And then she was done with him and she decided to leave. And it was the same thing. He tracked her down and he killed her. But before he killed her, he called her sister and told her, said, um, get your black dress ready because I'm about to kill this bitch. And then he ended up, the brother called and asked what did he do to her. He was like, I shot her. I shot her 3 times. So I don't know what was going on with the Neal family, the police and stuff, and you know different news casters and stuff had went to their house to try to interview them, you know, because they coming from the same family. Two brothers then killed their wives, and they was trying to figure out what was going on. They went to the parents' house, but the parents wouldn't answer the door. So now the ex member of High Five, he's in a mental institution, and he was telling them that he was Jesus Christ. So, but the family said he wasn't crazy. You know, when he was spending their money, he wasn't crazy then. He wasn't crazy when he killed her. You know, and the brother, the baby brother that killed his wife, they didn't look like they was hurting for no money. They lived in the community. Like y'all could go on YouTube and look. It was on True Crimes because I like to watch a lot of crime movies. It was on True Crime, and it showed their house. It showed the brother of the singing group or whatever. It showed him when he killed his wife. He shot his whatever, and he barricaded himself in the house, I believe. I hope I ain't getting these stories mixed up because it was the third one I watched after that. And I think this is the one. I don't know if this is the one that was shooting at the police when they was trying to come in or something because it was two similar stories, the same. But the thing was, uh, the people who lost their daughter when they found out that the brother had killed the girl, you know, that was married to the other brother, they said that they were shocked, and they definitely were shocked that this had came from you know, the same family, which is why they want to talk to the parents, you know, to see if he had if they had mental issues, but they couldn't they couldn't get in to talk to nobody or whatever. Them people, they wouldn't answer the door or whatever. So it was all, he was jealous of her. She was a pretty girl. She was, tall and like a brown skinned color, real pretty. Like I could see why she was getting ready to sign the contract to be a model. And he was real jealous of her, and he wanted her money. And like I said, he kept on telling her he had all these gigs lined up and he was bound to bounce back and this and that. And if I'm not mistaken, he had I don't know if they went, I think he turned himself in. I don't know how, y'all was watching him back to back. I don't know how it went, but he didn't have no remorse. He looked like to me he was satisfied, with what he had done. He had stopped their life or whatever. So y'all be careful about who y'all dating. That's why I don't, that's why I don't do any dating anymore hardly. I'm scared, scared to date these men. If you go on if you go on true crimes, you can see this, or all kind. I'm plugged into a lot of crime stories, and most of those stories is that I see is men killing women because they jealous of them. And then it's the thing about I watched this thing right about dating up or dating down, and they would say, not to date down because, like, if you date a guy down and you are the breadwinner, or you have more, don't bite me, Mr. Bug, get out of here. And if you, I didn't want to smack you. And if you the breadwinner, or you got more money than what he got or whatever, then a lot of times he'd be prone to jealousy, and that's how a lot of these killings come, because he basically just using the woman for her money. And so when the woman get up, when she didn't had enough of the beatings and stuff, because he trying to control her, and he jealous of her, when she gets up to walk away, she's not walking away. In his eyes, the bag is walking away. And like I said, he's jealous of her career because her career is thriving. I you know Men been doing this for a long time, but they had it covered up so good. Like I said, when they be jealous of women, they act like, they beating them about something else. But all on Facebook, all on these stories, I'm watching these women get cut up, shot up, just stuff that you wouldn't do to your mate. And then I had watched this one, right? It was this gay couple. It was these two guys, and this guy, he was a famous YouTuber or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can find it. He was a famous YouTuber or whatever, and I didn't get to watch it. I just got a glimpse of it or whatever. I'm gonna have to watch it by itself so that way I don't get these stories all tangled up. But he was jealous of the one that had the YouTube. He was jealous of his boyfriend, and so one night the boyfriend was in there sleep, the YouTuber, and the jealous boyfriend, he took a bag and put it over his head and suffocated him to death out of jealousy and rage. So y'all be careful with these men. I try to stay away from them because they hide it well. And every video that I done seen, like, the jealousy goes unnoticed for a long time. And then it suddenly starts coming out, or the jealousy comes out in a joke or something like that. I didn't had somebody, people, men joke at me, you need to get your ass off of YouTube. Then you need to get your ignorant ass off of YouTube. Then circling around me while I was asleep, finna hurt me. So jealousy comes in a lot of different forms. It comes out of laughter. It jealousy can be hidden in a lot of things. That's pretty much what I can think of that comes to mind or whatever. So just be careful when y'all out here dating or whatever. A lot of times, if men approach me or whatever, I stand clear of them or whatever. Or I don't even give them a chance. And my intuition pretty much lets me know, that wouldn't be a good thing. So, and plus for me, I never found, who I was supposed to be with, but I knew whoever I was supposed to be with is going to be different, way different from the other guys that I chose. But I chose the guys because really at the time, that's all that was out there, or that's all that I was attracted to, not really understanding, a lot of guys that sell dope and ain't straightened out or whatever, they ain't stable nor do they feel secure because they know that money is temporary. They know it ain't no honest living. And they know they taking a chance. So they know like they can give you what you want right now because they got the right now money, but they know in the long run they can't give you nothing or they can't keep you because they know the jailhouse or the cemetery gonna get them. So a lot of type of guys now, um, like I told y'all, and I ain't lying, I'm scared of these men anymore. I'm real scared of them. It's gonna take a certain type of man for me to get with and trust. But as of now, I don't want to see no man. Mm-mm. I was. It was another story that I had watched out of after those two. Same deal. Nice looking woman. She had something going on for her. She was about to be a boxer and she was training and she had some other type of project going on. Next thing you know, her boyfriend or husband was cheating on her. And next thing you know, she was a breadwinner as well. Next thing you know, she filed for a divorce and the day the divorce, he got the papers, he went after her. He killed her. And it was another one I saw. This man killed his girlfriend and 10-year-old son. She was on the phone. He was on the phone with the police, calling the police while the man was in there, beating and uh, killing his mother. And you could hear the little boy, telling the police, come, he hurt my mom. And mom kept banging on the door trying to get out and kept screaming. Next thing you know, he shot her, and the little baby, he didn't went and hid under the bed. And then this man was so evil, he went and hunted the little baby down under the bed and killed the baby. I be on Facebook going through my news feed. Them women on there hardly can talk because they eyes black and they teeth missing. I mean, my teeth, if they missing, is from candy. It ain't because nobody been knocking them the fuck out. I, you know, when a when a man ain't secured himself, then that means he ain't vibing high. And when he ain't vibing high, then that means you susceptible or there's people susceptible to anything around that comes with these low vibes and negative energies and not feeling grounded and not uh feeling stable. I didn't I mean some men, oh my god, it just right now it just turn it the thought like I want to be with my mate, my soulmate, which that's another story. But so that's another reason why I don't look at nobody and stuff like that because I know these people out here, I don't belong to them. But some of these, man, majority, like it, I don't know what to say about them. You don't expect them. Most of all the dudes, that I then got with or these girls getting with, they like to compete, you know, with a woman. Like, why would a man want to compete with his woman? But they like to do that. And I mean, how beating on a woman is like equivalent damn near to beating on a baby because she can't protect herself. You got a different type of weight. You in a different type of weight class, and it make you feel good to throw your big heavy hands on a woman and kill them and do this and that. But you ain't gonna rumble with no real man out in the street. Get your ass tossed somewhere. You ain't gonna do that shit. I'm real leery about these men that beat on a woman but won't say shit to a real man. Get their ass stomped. Mm-mm. So right now, like I said, I really don't care if I see another man in my life or not. Every man that I done dated and caused me problems. Every man, every fucking man I had, wasn't none of them no good. Some shit that I shouldn't have never. But you know, when you first get with a guy, you don't meet that guy, you meet the representative. And like I said, they can put on for a long, long time. But see, ladies, I'm gonna give y'all a clear hint. Um, when something wrong, the first sign for you, cause I've been through enough of this. Whenever you dating a man, right, and y'all in y'all little dating stage or whatever, y'all on the honeymoon phase, whatever y'all doing, right, when y'all first get entangled, first few months or whatever, watch him, because if you dating the type of man, right, where ain't nothing never wrong, his mood don't never change, he constantly opening up doors and he constantly being sweet, he ain't nothing never bothers him, nothing never irks him, he's always in a good mood, you better get your ass up out of there. That's the one. That's the one. Anytime ain't don't nobody his mood don't never change, ain't nothing never wrong with him. Everything just honky dory. Everything you do, he cool with it. That man sitting back, baby, ran back, taking notes. You better get ready, get your ass up out of there. I done had enough of it. And so the next time I date, I'm hoping to meet the person that I'm gonna be with, because like where I'm at my life right now at 45, all this uh dating, or jumping from man to man, or jumping from house to house, and jumping from car to car, and hey, once I became adult, I did away with childish things. And so in the midst of dating these different people, Mike, Paul, John, and Boosie and all the midst, in the midst of dating all these people, you never know what nobody is capable of, especially, when they get mad. That's why I never want to make anybody mad, because you never know what people do to you when they get mad. And a lot of times, like I said, these people, most of the guys that I dated got mad and attacked me for no reason. Uh, Came up on me trying to compete with me for no reason. I'm in my own lane doing my own thing. You couldn't even begin to compete with me. What's this about? When you see you can't win, then you want to ball up your fist and try to hurt me or try to kill me. You know, uh, hurt people hurt people. Broken people break things. And like I said, it's just got me to the point where I really don't care if I see another man or not. I'm really done with that whole male species. Like on some for real shit, like God could do away with it. But if He got one person for me, I take my person, my one person. But as far as like meeting all these different people, hell no, because when people get mad, they try to kill you. But if he got one, generous soul, that match my vibe, match my algorithm, match my tempo, I'll take him. For the most part, can we come over, and can I come over? Can I come pick you up and we see where things going and this and that? I don't want to be bothered with these people. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't mean like take all the males off. I'm just talking about the males that I'm not attracted to, that don't work in my favor or whatever, the ones that would have something for me, like for real. Like I said, you can send me my man, but other than that, I never ever. And if he don't, maybe I'll meet him in the next life. Like I really don't even want to see a man. They didn't did enough to me to last me my whole lifetime. Like, I never, watching my dad beat on my mother and knock her teeth out of her mouth because he was jealous of her, you know. And to watch these men, right, throw their life away just because they burning with passion, kill a woman or hurt a woman or beat on a woman. He content with losing his life and losing his freedom and going to jail. He feel better that he killed her. Hell no, I don't want no man around me. Fuck that. Well, anywho, y'all, let me get ready to go in because I don't know if this a gopher out here or somebody's out here in the wilderness. So let me see if I can cut this thing off, and I guess we'll chat later. Lucas Color.